Hi, everyone. So glad to have you here with us today. James, let me ask you something. How many times have you heard people say, I just can't stay consistent and then give up on their goals? And here's the thing, staying consistent isn't as hard as you think. In this episode, we'll explore why consistency is so powerful, the common mistakes people make, and practical tips to help you stick with it, no matter what. Welcome back to the show, everyone. I'm James, and sitting right next to me is the ever-insightful Olivia.
Hi everyone, so glad to have you here with us today. James, let me ask you something. How many times have you heard people say, I just can't stay consistent, and then give up on their goals?
Too many times, Olivia. And you know what? That's exactly why we're diving into today's topic. Unlocking the secret, consistency is the key. Whether it's crushing your fitness goals, growing your business, or simply building better habits, consistency is what sets successful people apart.
And here's the thing, staying consistent isn't as hard as you think. In this episode, we'll explore why consistency is so powerful, the common mistakes people make, and practical tips to help you stick with it, no matter what.
So if you've been struggling to stay on track or feel like you're constantly starting over, don't go anywhere. This conversation could be the breakthrough you've been waiting for.
Let's get started.
Why consistency is so crucial for, well, pretty much anything you want to achieve, and more importantly, how to actually make it a part of your life. No more falling off the wagon. Sound good?
Let's do it.
All right. So let's jump right in. The excerpt kicks off with a pretty powerful example, Warren Buffett.
The Oracle of Omaha.
Exactly. And it points out, he didn't just become crazy wealthy overnight.
It was decades of consistent investing.
Yeah, small, steady steps over time.
And that's the beauty of the compounding effect. It's like those small efforts, they build upon each other. And over time, boom.
Major results. So how do we, take that concept, that compounding effect, and apply it to our own lives, to our goals?
So think about it. What's something you've always wanted to do?
Learn to play the piano.
Perfect. Now, instead of thinking, okay, I got to practice for hours every day, start small.
Like 10 minutes?
Even 5. The key is consistency, showing up every single day.
So it's about building a habit.
Exactly. And there's actual science behind this. Every time you repeat an action,
You're creating a pathway in your brain.
yeah, a neural pathway. And the more you do it, the stronger that pathway gets.
So it's eventually becomes almost automatic.
Like second nature. Instead of forcing yourself, you actually crave doing it.
That's amazing.
It is, and it goes way beyond big goals. Think about daily meditation.
Exercise.
Even simple things like making your bed every morning.
Wow, so consistency really does impact, every aspect of our lives.
It does, and it also has a huge impact on how others perceive us.
Oh, you mean our credibility?
Yeah, when you're consistently reliable
You build trust.
in all areas of life, personal relationships, work, everything, people know they can count on you.
Makes you a valuable asset.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so consistency equals success. Got it. But let's be real. We all have those days when motivation takes a hike.
Yes, the motivation myth.
The excerpt talks about that.
Yeah, it suggests that discipline
Discipline.
is the real driver of consistency.
Okay, so not waiting for that burst of inspiration.
Nope. It's about showing up even when you don't feel like it.
Easier said than done.
Oh, for sure. But there are techniques like,
Finding an accountability partner.
yes, or creating pre-commitment strategies.
What's that?
So let's say your goal is to work out every morning. A pre-commitment strategy could be like laying out your workout clothes the night before,
Oh, smart.
or scheduling a gym session with a friend. You're less likely to bail if someone's waiting for you.
Okay, that makes sense. But, sometimes it's not just a lack of motivation. It's that fear of not being perfect.
The perfectionism trap.
I fall into that one a lot.
It's so common. We strive for flawless and it ends up paralyzing us.
Yeah, we overthink everything.
And then we never actually start or finish anything.
So how do we, get out of that perfectionism paralysis?
Shift the focus. Instead of perfection.
Aim for progress.
Exactly. Embrace the done is better than perfect mantra.
Love that. It takes the pressure off.
It does.
But then there's the flip side. What about when we're not aiming for perfect, but we're just totally overwhelmed by the sheer size of the goal.
Yeah, I get that.
Like, let's say you want to write a book.
It can feel daunting.
Right. Like, where do you even begin?
The key is breaking it down. Instead of focusing on finishing the entire book.
Set smaller, more manageable goals.
Exactly. Like maybe commit to writing a page a day.
That seems way less scary.
It is. And those small wins, they add up before you know it.
You've written a whole book. Boom.
Okay, so we've talked about why consistency is important and some of the things that can trip us up. But let's get to the good stuff, the how-tos. What are some actionable strategies we can use to actually build consistency in our lives?
Well, we've already touched on a few. Starting small.
Pre-commitment strategies.
Letting go of perfectionism. But another key element is having a strong why behind your goal.
So understanding, like the deeper purpose.
Yes. It's what keeps you going when things get tough, when you hit those inevitable roadblocks.
So it's not just about the end goal, it's the why behind it.
Exactly. And speaking of staying motivated,
Tracking your progress.
yes, it could be as simple as checking off days on a calendar or
Using a habit tracking app.
there are tons of them. Visually seeing those small wins accumulate can be super motivating.
It's like proof that you're making progress.
Exactly. And don't forget to celebrate those wins.
Oh, yeah, rewards.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be anything big, just something you enjoy that reinforces that feeling of accomplishment. So like if I hit my writing goal for the week
You treat yourself to a movie.
or a fancy coffee,
Yes, whatever works for you.
I love that.
Yeah.
But let's be real. Even with the best intentions, we're not going to be perfect.
You mean like we're going to have slip-ups?
Definitely.
That's totally normal. Consistency is a journey, not a destination.
The excerpt actually talks about Thomas Edison.
Oh, yeah, he didn't invent the light bulb on his first try.
More like 1,000 failed attempts before he finally got it right.
Exactly. It's a great reminder that setbacks are a part of the process.
And it's our ability to get back on track that really matters.
Absolutely.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, I want to leave you with a little challenge.
Okay, I like challenges.
Think of one area of your life where you've struggled with consistency. Maybe it's fitness,
Or learning a new language.
or even just being more present with your loved ones.
Whatever it is, big or small.
I want you to ask yourself, what's one small, manageable habit you can start today?
Just one thing.
Yeah, one thing to build consistency in that area.
It could be as simple as like taking a 10-minute walk every day.
Or meditating for 5 minutes.
Or putting your phone away for an hour each evening to connect with your family.
Whatever it is, write it down, commit to it, and watch what happens when you show up consistently.
You might be surprised by the results.
Because remember, consistency is a superpower.
And you have it within you.
Thanks for joining us for another deep dive.
Until next time.
See ya.
I hope you enjoyed this podcast. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more amazing content.